Hey guys, so now you guys have heard me talk about shallowing it early. I'm alluding to shallowing it early. We want rotation. Why do we want to shallow early, and why do we want to keep the arms back and up? So for most players, when they throw their hands or use their hands to start the downswing, the arm and hands get thrown out towards the ball. When that happens, you can see the club is way outside. What that then leads to, if you are lucky, is you then start tilting backwards to try to get the club to come in at a decent spot to not be so outside in. Because if you throw your arms out this way and you rotate properly, you're going to be super outside in. It's not going to work out. So that's how the body reacts to that and starts early extending and tilting back to try to get this club back under, to try to come from the inside or come in pretty neutral to have a decent chance of hitting a decent ball flight. But that's not what we want. We want rotation. And the things that encourage rotation are getting the club to be more back, the hands to be more back, the arm to be more back. You can see at the checkpoint, let's say pelvis at the ball, P5 at lead arm parallel, my hands are really back. I have a lot of depth in my downswing. We want that because the further back things are, the more I can rotate, but still be inside out and still come slightly inside with the descending blow. If I'm out here and I rotate, I'm going to be so far outside and I'm going to chop into the ball, not functional, which is why I want things to be very back. I want things to shallow early. If you shallow early, you're going to have a great chance at rotating awesome. If you shallow late, if you're steep early, you have zero chance at rotating awesome, because if you do rotate awesome, you're not going to hit a functional ball flight. So that's why we want things to shallow out. We want things to stay back in the downswing to give yourself that chance at rotating. That's why I always stress keeping your arms and hands and club back. Some of you who might have watched my YouTube channel, I always talk about the loop. We're going to talk about this loop in a very future video, in a very near future video after this, to get your arm and hands to get that depth in the downswing. So you can see from the top, we keep my arms and hands and club back. That helps the club stay back, and the down hinge leads to shallowing as well. It's one thing that we can do to shallow. That's why in the drill, we have you keep it back, then down hinging. All those things you can see shallows the shaft quite a bit. Steep, shallow. Everything we do to keep things back helps you shallow. So that is why I want you to keep things back, to give yourself that shallowing opportunity to rotate in the downswing. So let's try here. Again, we're here, we've talked about the drill. I keep things back, I down hinge, club is way behind us. Then we can rotate a bunch through the ball. But if I do that same drill and bring things out, so decent backswing, pelvis to the ball, but let my hands come out and I don't down hinge, and I try to rotate the same way, I chunk the hell of it because I'm so steep, I pull my hands down, it's not going to work out. That's why we want things to be very back in the downswing. That's why we encourage the early shallowing. We encourage maintaining your hand depth in the downswing to facilitate, to give yourself, to encourage yourself to rotate properly in the downswing. So I hope that makes sense. Refer to this video, compare yourself when you film yourself to this video, whether at P5, you're back here or out here, because where you are will influence you heavily on how well you rotate through the ball. So I hope that makes sense. Any questions, let the team know. We're here to help. Refer to your videos, film yourself, check yourself, refer back to this, and we'll see you at the next video. Thanks, guys.